Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Stuart's Classic Bikes and Cars. So we're back in the workshop again. We're looking at my Kawasaki HD3 project sprint cum road racer. So what have we done since yesterday? So what arrived today, I've got some generic footrests. They're just aluminium generic footrests that can be screwed onto any bike really. There's some footrests, there's some back brake lever, and there's a gear lever. So, what are we going to do first? So what I've done at the moment, I've drilled a hole where I think my feet want to be. So these little footrests actually are quite good. That one that side, because they already have little bearings in them. So they're quite well engineered, and for the price for about 10 UK pounds, that's all they are. So I've already temporarily drilled the location of where I want this to go. So here we have the footrest. So let's just put the footrest on temporarily and see. It comes with a spacer at the back which clamps the footrest and the gear, the back brake lever in between. So let's just put this on so I can show you what we're doing. So this just goes on here like so. That's good enough just to show you what I'm doing. So that's the back brake lever, and it's pivoting on the bearing, which is quite good engineering. It's only sort of on these temporary wooden plates, but it's only a template. We'll make the alloy ones when the material comes. So that's the back brake lever and your right hand footrest. So the back brake lever is going to operate this lever on the back brake. So when you put your foot down on the back brake lever and push that down, it's going to pull this lever here and stop the wheel. So what we need to do is to make up some linkages, something similar to this look. What I've got here, now in the UK you call them rose joints. And what we have is there we go, a left hand and a right hand thread. That's normal threaded, and this side is left handed. Like so. All it means is that when this is connected up, you can screw this rod in or out and it will shorten or lengthen this rod. So what we need to do is, this isn't the right rod, but you can see this rod is going to join onto there like so. Just put something in there to stop that gear lever flapping about. So when you're riding it, let's say it's going to be there somewhere like that, level. Or when I ride bikes and racing bikes, I normally have my back brake lever just a little bit down, because I tend to ride with my feet down, forward a little bit. But for all intents and purposes, we'll just put that there, just so I can show you what we're going to do. So that there is the back brake lever mounted on to the right hand footrest using alloy plates and little bearings, which is quite good for the price, for quite good value. So what we need to do is to rig up a linkage to go from there to there. Now it's not in the same plane, which means this here is stuck out about 2 inches more. So what we've got to do is I'm going to fabricate one of these linkages that's bent, that goes in 2 inches and a slightly bit longer. So that's where we are with the footrest. That's the right hand one there, as you can see. That's the linkage, which I might be able to get away with you on the other side. That there is the footrest for the right hand side. And this will be the gear linkage. Now on this engine, so if the footrests here but on the other side, what we're going to need to do is to put a linkage to go from the gear lever pedal to the lever, which is going to be on the gear change in the engine. So that's something else we need to do. Well, I'll do that later. I need to turn the bike around, which you don't need to show me how to turn the bike around in the garage. So I'll do that later when you're not watching. Just remember turning the bike around. So let's just put this to one side for a little bit, because I know what I'm doing there. I just have to do the same but on the other side. Once I get both footrests on, I'll put the tank, the original fuel tank and seat on it. I'll sit on the bike and put my feet up and see if I feel comfortable. So that's where we are with that. Now also, just let me get something out of the shop. Right, this is the standard HD3 125 clutch and the HD3 125 primary gear. Now this primary gear has 21 teeth on it. The clutch outer drive for the HD3 has 68 teeth on it. But what we're going to do, I'm going to fit this clutch, which is off a 140 Brutus engine. The differences between this clutch and that clutch and this primary drive gear and that primary drive gear is this has 68 teeth and this one here has 74 teeth. This one has 21 teeth and this one has 23 teeth. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take these off, and when I rebuild the crank and rebuild the engine, I'm going to use these. Because these teeth ratios will give me better gearing for the job in hand, which is sprinting. So I'm going to use this clutch, which has one more plating than this one, and I'm going to use these gears because the gearing will be better. So that's the plan. So tomorrow I'm going to take off the cylinder head. I'm going to get a DTI, which I have on the bench, dial test indicator. I have a degree wheel, and tomorrow I'm going to take a map of the inlet port, the exhaust port and the transfer port. So stay tuned for tomorrow and we'll show you a bit of port timing and how to map the port timing. Then we can see how we're going to alter it. Well, that's all for now. Keep interested, keep looking, because I do a little bit every day. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.